All right, and welcome here to Auburndale High School. We got Wisconsin High School playoffs here. It's football tonight here on Zaleski Sports, as you got the Coleman Cougars traveling to Auburndale to take on the Auburndale Eagles. I am Ben Brecht here, and my producer is Isaac Eagle, and we are bringing you tonight's game here on Zaleski Sports. Thank you for tuning in, as we got a good matchup here between the number 1 seed Auburndale Eagles and the number 5 seeded Coleman Cougars. And so Auburndale comes into tonight's game off of a victory over Marathon in the first round of the playoffs. That game was here last Friday night. They played Marathon to a close game, I should say. It was a close game here, a 21-18 victory for Auburndale over Marathon. Meanwhile, Coleman came off of a game against Luther. They went to Luther High School, and they won that one 31-21, winning on the road there in that first playoff matchup. And so Auburndale and Marathon, let's see if I can get some stats there. Auburndale fell behind early in that one, 18-0 at the halftime break. They fought back and had a touchdown in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left in that one, as Weiler, I should say, ran in from 11 yards out for the touchdown, and the extra point was good. That gave Auburndale the win there over Marathon, and that was Colton Weiler getting the game-winning touchdown in that one. And so now we got a game here tonight against Coleman after Auburndale had a close one in game number 1 of the playoffs. They're going to take the opening kickoff. It's a very short kick. It is fielded and taken out past the 45-yard line. That was fielded by Wyatt Melson. And so that's going to be where Auburndale starts here, as they start 1st and 10 from their 46 for their first drive of the game. A very short kickoff there from Coleman. Auburndale now getting out here on offense, their first time in tonight's game. In at quarterback, they hand it off, and going up the middle is Anderson handed that one off, given to Scholl. And Evan Scholl is going to gain maybe 2 yards on that one. So 2 yards for Evan Scholl on the first play of the game. It's now going to bring up 2nd down and 8. Evan Scholl is leading this team in rushing. Basically, most of their offense goes through him. He has 948 yards. And this time, Anderson's going to take it on the keeper, and he's going downfield. That's going to be a big gain there for Caden Anderson. He goes 21 yards down the field on a big run around that left side. And so Anderson goes for 21 rushing on that one and picks up a huge first down here for the Eagles on this opening possession. That was only their second play from scrimmage. Now another handoff. This time they go up the middle. I believe they went with Scholl. Once again, this time he's going to pick up 3 on that carry, bringing up 2nd down now and 7 for Auburndale, quickly moving the football here. And I mentioned Scholl has 948 rushing yards this season. Caden Anderson with 712. And this time it goes straight up the middle once again. This time it's Anderson on the quarterback keeper. And that's going to pick up a first down for Auburndale. 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. So an 8-yard pickup there from Caden Anderson on the ground. And so he had that big 21-yard run there on the second play of this drive. Auburndale moving the football very efficiently. Another run for Anderson. he's going to perhaps lose a yard or two. Actually, it's a no gain. No gain for Anderson on that quarterback keeper. Should mention Anderson is very good at running the football as well, averaging 5.3 yards a carry. He has 13 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the only blemish is that he fumbled once. Meanwhile, Evan Scholl, I mentioned 948 yards, averaging 6.4 yards a carry. He has 8 touchdowns on the ground and also 1 fumble. This time, shotgun once again as Anderson is going to keep it and take that straight up the middle. They've been running with Anderson a lot here. And so that is going to pick up about 7. Bring up 3rd down and 3 now. And so now Auburndale slowing it down just a little bit here on their opening drive. Coleman, a very formidable team coming into tonight's game. I'm very interested to see how this one's going to turn out. Now Scholl with the carry. He's kind of gets stood up. He does pick up a couple, though. Picks up maybe 2 on that carry. So it's going to be 4th and 1 now for Auburndale on their opening drive here. Spread everyone out. And Anderson's just going to take it, plow forward as much as he can. And that's going to pick up the 1st down. First down, ball is going to be placed, looks like at the maybe 7-yard line, or 8-yard line, they say. So that was a 3-yard run there for Anderson. This time, another keeper. So he fakes the handoff. Anderson's going to get stacked up. I don't know if he even gained anything on that one. Seefeld was in there on the tackle for the Cougars. So Auburndale is very close here to punching this one in on their opening possession here tonight in a frigid weather game. Evan Scholl on the carry. And he's going to be short of the goal line. It's going to be ball at the 3. So a 5-yard run there for Evan Scholl. And now on 3rd down, what are the Eagles going to do? They've had some success with Anderson running straight up the middle. They go once again. This time, though, he's going to be short. He's going to bring up 4th down now. Picks up maybe a yard. And it's going to be now 4th down and goal. And a big 4th down goal here for Auburndale as they are... need to punch this in. If Coleman can get a stop here, that would do wonders for them here on this opening drive, especially after Auburndale's moved the ball so efficiently. Anderson now rolling. Got to get rid of it. He finds Scholl into the end zone for the touchdown. Evan Scholl gets it in from 2 yards out. In a big pass play there from Anderson to Scholl on 4th down.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
And welcome back here to Auburndale. What a brilliant call there on 4th and goal as they faked the handoff, and instead they had Scholl roll out into the flat, and Anderson was able to find him and get the touchdown there. And yet a big touchdown pass there from Anderson to Scholl, and I do not think Coleman was expecting that. I should mention that is the 14th touchdown pass of the year for Caden Anderson. He can definitely throw the football, and he has 946 yards so far this season. As I mentioned, 13 touchdown passes to 4 interceptions, but none bigger than that one to open up this game here for the Eagles on a big 4th down conversion. You knew that they weren't going to get it running the football, because Coleman had put together a good stretch there, and so you knew they weren't going to get it running the football, so a brilliant call there from head coach Jay Anderson. And so that means that Auburndale will take a 7-0 lead here in this first quarter. And so now we'll get to see the Coleman offense for their first drive here as they start on their own 20-yard line. And so Coleman, coming into this game, has a big rushing attack headed by Brady Gross, who has 1,433 yards, and immediately they go to the ground game, and that is going to be Gross on the handoff, and a big handoff that is, as he gains 16 yards on the opening play from scrimmage. So Brady Gross just picking up where he left off in this one. And so a big gain there from Gross. As I mentioned, he has 1,433 yards on the season, 9 touchdowns, averages 8.1 yards a carry, and another big run there once again from Gross. Just straight in between the tackles, finds the hole, and picks up another big first down here for the Cougars as he gets out to the 50-yard line. So a 40-yard gain there for Gross, or a 14-yard gain there for Gross. He already has 30 yards on 2 carries. Auburndale's going to be in for a long night here if they can't stop this Coleman rushing attack. The Coleman Cougars, besides Gross is obviously their main running back. Micah Kukta, the quarterback, has also 750 yards rushing on the season. He averages over 10 yards a carry. And so you're going to, between Kukta and Gross, you got a big, formidable rushing attack here for the Cougars. As I mentioned here, the Cougars are going to switch it up. They go with Cole Berth on the carry there, and that he's going to pick up 3 yards on that one. He's coming into this game with 184 yards rushing as well for the Cougars. And so 3-yard gain there from Berth. Brings up 2nd and 7. And now a run, and going all the way, breaks away from everyone and into the end zone is Micah Kukta on the big carry there for the touchdown from 47 yards out. And so Coleman with the big touchdown there on a 47-yard carry from Micah Kukta. And so 2-point conversion attempt. Now they pitch it out with Gross on the right side, and he gets in. He's able to use his speed to get right around that corner. Gross gets in for the 2-point conversion. And so the Coleman Cougars just putting together a very impressive drive there. They take an 8-7 lead here in this first quarter. Just like that, moving the ball down the field with ease. Coleman rushing attack doing work. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with more after this.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
And welcome back here to Auburndale High School on high school football playoffs here on Zaleski Sports. We got a fantastic game so far here. The Coleman Cougars and the Auburndale Eagles here from Auburndale High School. Our game is being brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services, who is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services, from loans and leases to crop insurance and tax and records. They have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. And so Auburndale will get this one, a nice little return there. And the Eagles will set up now for their second drive here in this one. This one they're going to start at their own 27-yard line. And so let's see if Auburndale can have some success here in the running game on this one once again. This time they hand it off to Scholl. Scholl bouncing off of people and is going to eventually get taken down. Scholl gets out to the 33-yard line. That's a pickup of 5. And so Seefeld on the tackle there for the Cougars. And so second play here as Anderson is in the gun. And he, with another nice run, is going to take it out to the 40-yard line and pick up a first down on that 7-yard run there from Caden Anderson. And so they set up here 1st and 10. And so every time that they've gone in the shot, or Aiden's gone in the, Anderson's gone in the shotgun, they usually run it. This time they're going to hand it off to Scholdo around the left side. Good contain there from the Cougars, setting that edge perfectly and able to bring him down. And a short gain there of a couple of yards for Evan Scholl. Brings up now 2nd down and 8. Mentioned the Cougars are led in tackling this year by Micah Kukta with 46. And now a pass play as Anderson gets it out, and that's going to be a big gainer there out to the 45-yard line of the Cougars. And that was out to Blake Rabb. So out to the 45. That's going to be a 14-yard pass play. And a nice catch there from Rabb picking up the first down. Another handoff to Scholl. He gets maybe a yard. They're gonna give him 2 yards. We'll give him 2 yards as well. And so Auburndale's got to keep this football moving here against Coleman. We'll see how the Cougars respond defensively here. Auburndale's kind of keeping them in check. And there's another nice little pitch and catch out there to Nate Richardson. That is a gain of 7. A little pitch and catch there. And so Nate Richardson with that one. There for Auburndale. Passing attack for the Eagles has been also very successful this season. Another carry there for Anderson as he picks up the first down. Getting it to the 33-yard line. So 3-yard carry there for Caden Anderson. And a passing attack here. They have Nate Richardson with 286 yards. He's their leading receiver. Blake Rabb with 230. Aiden Cherney with 196. So a pretty spread out attack. This time they find Scholl, though, out of the backfield, and he's going to run out of bounds here, though he does pick up a first down. So a nice little pass there from Scholl to Scholl out of the backfield. Picks up a first down here for Auburndale. Putting the ball, looks like at the 20, maybe 21-yard line. I'm thinking they place it at the 22. So that's an 11-yard pass to Scholl. No gain on the play on that carry. And you can see that Auburndale is struggling running it up the middle, as Coleman has been able to at least keep the runs in between the tackles, I should say. Auburndale struggling on that here in this drive. Anderson's pass is tipped and intercepted. And nope, the official comes in and says it's incomplete. They rule it incomplete, but right there, making a great play on the ball was Sawyer Seefeld. Sawyer Seefeld got his hand in there, tipped it, and then there's going to say incomplete. But a fantastic play there from Sawyer Seefeld, able to get his hand up into the passing lane. The senior very aware of where he was, what the quarterback was doing. You don't see many of those tipped passes here at the high school level. And that was just excellent defense there from Sawyer Seefeld. Able to get his hand in on that one. So it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 10. And so Coleman now might be able to get off the field. Let's see. But they're going to throw it. Anderson going. And Scholl is going to slip down. That pass is incomplete. Talking to some guys before this game here, they say that the field is kind of spongy with all the rain that we've gotten recently. We've gotten about 4 inches of rain here, at least in Auburndale. The field a little bit spongy. It's still holding up, but as this game wears on, you can imagine that field is going to get pretty tore up with all the extra moisture that's been here in central Wisconsin. And so now on a 4th down play here for Auburndale. Let's see what they can do. Anderson's going to throw it. Nice little slant pattern there as they're able to find the intended target. That was Nate Richardson. And he picks up the first down. They're going to give it to him. So first down, pitch and catch there on a nice slant route from Anderson to Richardson. That picks up 12, and that will be the end of this first quarter here with Coleman leading at 8-7. But Auburndale is driving. So this is a good game nonetheless. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more football here on Zaleski Sports after these messages.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 15 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now at 715-384-8118. Choose Drunken Chicken, BLT, Western, Mac and Cheese, Sweet Chili Chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has roasted chicken, fish, sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and scottyspizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
And welcome back as we begin the second quarter. It's 1st and 10 for Auburndale as they have the ball on their 11, and we have our first penalty of the night. As we played a clean first quarter, and a 5-yard penalty is going to be called on the Eagles for illegal motion, and so that is going to set them back just a wee bit. And so you don't want to see that. This drive started on their own 27-yard line. They marched the ball down the field pretty efficiently, going more with the passing attack here on drive number 2. And so once again, Anderson's going to throw it. Nice little pitch and catch out there. Cherney on the reception. Puts the ball on the 7-yard line, so a 9-yard pass there to Cherney. Brings up now 2nd and goal. Anderson on the keeper. Nice little run there. He had a little jump cut there, like right in the middle of the run. And I think if he would have stayed where he was going, he might have gotten that one in. But nonetheless, the ball is going to be placed on the 4. So a 3-yard gain there for Anderson. And now movement before the snap, and another penalty here on Auburndale, I believe. No, actually, this one's on Coleman. Half the distance to the goal. And so now it's going to be at the 2. And now straight up the middle and in! In for the touchdown! Anderson with the 2-yard touchdown run. And so now the extra point is good. And so Auburndale goes up now 13-8 over Coleman. We've had scoring on every single drive so far tonight. That last one, a 2-yard touchdown run there for Caden Anderson as Auburndale moved the ball very efficiently. They converted one big 4th and 10, and so that they get the score. And so back with more football from Auburndale.
Hi, I'm Malachi from Northside Computers and Cellular. We are currently offering a great savings of 2 phone lines for $50, and it includes unlimited talk, text, and data. Stop down at Northside Computers and Cellular, 907 South Central Avenue, Marshfield, to see how you can save on your internet, cable, and phone bills. We have the best providers under one roof.
2 phone lines, $50. Get mobile, internet, and television all under one roof. Northside Computer and Cellular of Marshfield.
And welcome back here to Auburndale High School. Our game is also brought to you by Express Employment Professionals. Find your next career path with just a phone call to Express Employment Professionals. With locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield, no matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself some time and find your next employer at expresspros.com. And so the kickoff here for the Eagles, a short one, is going to be fielded. And running across the field, I should say, but surprisingly able to make something out of it. That is Cole Berth. And so Coleman as Empey was in on the tackle there for Auburndale, and it's going to bring up now a 1st and 10 as Coleman will start on their own 32. And so Coleman running the football the entire drive. They had some big runs there on their first drive of the game. And now another handoff. They go with Gross. And so that will bring picking up about 4 on that carry. It's been a very good game here so far. Gross once again on the carry. And the ball came loose. Fumble on the play. And let's see who has it. The Eagles have it. Big fumble that I believe that was forced. Weiler forced the fumble, made the big hit on Gross. He forced the fumble, and so a big turnover there for Coleman, and Auburndale is going to set up in good field position here at their Coleman's 36-yard line. Scholl running for a big gain. And so a first down there for Auburndale on that carry. Putting the ball at the 26, it looks like. And another carry there, this one from Anderson. Five-yard gain there from Anderson. He's been very efficient so far running the football here tonight for Auburndale. That last gain, though, for Scholl, that was a 10-yard gain. And so now Auburndale once again in scoring position. Scholl on the carry. Brought down from behind by Jacob Metke. After he picks up, it looks like maybe 4 yards. And so now 3rd down. Coleman's been unable to get off the field. They've had a couple of 3rd down and 4th down attempts here for Auburndale, but Auburndale's made the most of them so far in this game. Another carry there for Anderson. And he's going to pick up a first down for the Eagles on another nice carry. Putting the ball on the 17. Actually, it looks like the ball might be on the 14. So that was a 3-yard carry there for Anderson. And now we have a flag on the plate. And full start against Auburndale. That is their second one of this one. Second penalty, I should say. And second false start as well. Anderson now back in the gun. Rolling, throwing, and that one is once again tipped by Seefeld. Sawyer Seefeld right there to tip that one away. Making another great play on the football. He's done a fantastic job here tonight. Getting his hands in the passing lanes. I don't think they keep... Actually, they do keep track of passes deflected here, I should say, at the stats I'm looking at. Seefeld has come into this game. He only has 2 passes deflected on the season. Tonight, he already has 2. So he's gotten... he's done fantastic just getting his hands up there when the quarterback goes back to throw. And Scholl now with the carry. Scholl's going to get bottled up. And so I think he actually lost a yard on that. And so that means it's going to be a third down and long situation here for Auburndale. That penalty had kind of set them back quite a bit. That hurt them here on their third drive of the game. Nonetheless, though, Anderson rolling, throwing to Scholl. He slips, but is able to cut back, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. Evan Scholl scores for the Eagles. A big touchdown catch there from Evan Scholl from 20 yards out there from Anderson. Extra point is up and good. So a 20-yard touchdown pass there to Evan Scholl puts Auburndale up now 20-8, and a big little pitching, or 21-8, I should say. A big little pitch and catch there from Anderson to Scholl, and that is a big difference maker here in this one. Is Anderson doing some really good work here, passing the football. And honestly, on that play, I was kind of looking, and I was like, I don't know if he's going to get there. But able to get that one in. And so it looked like it was a broken play, essentially. Like, as soon as he caught the football, as soon as Scholl caught the football, he slipped. And the Coleman defender was like right there ready to take him down, but he also slipped. So you can kind of see that this wet field is playing factors here tonight. But then once Scholl was able to regain his footing, he did a nice job to just cut that back to the opposite side of the field, just really find the open space, and able to take that one in. And so the turnover leads to points. And Coleman now will take that one out on that kickoff return from Berth. And so Coleman will start here their third possession of this game. As they're going to start on their 40-yard line. And so that last drive, Gross had a fumble. And that was the big story there, as Coleman just unable to get anything going. This time they're going to hand it off, though, as they give it to Berth. Berth is going to take it out to the 50, and that's going to... Well, they didn't... Yep, they're going to move the chains. So a big 10-yard run there from Berth. moves the chains. And so Coleman now, well, they haven't moved the chains on the sideline, I should say. I don't know if they, like the head official, they are said to move the chains, but I'm not sure what they're doing. The official's trying to work through this one. I should say that that was a fumble by Gross on the last possession. And just looking at the stats here, that was Gross's first fumble of the season. And a big one here in this playoff game against Auburndale, turning the ball over. That was a beautiful hit, though, to force that fumble by Weiler. And so they're going to bring out the chains, and we'll see what they're going to call it here. They bring out the chains to measure. And so it's going to be, it's still going to be second down here for Coleman. I should mention our game is also brought to you tonight by Fleet Farm. Toyland is now open at Fleet Farm with their price match plus guarantee. If you find a lower toy price, they'll beat it by 5%. You'll get the best price on a huge selection of toys at Fleet Farm. Gross on the carry. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And so now it's going to bring up 3rd and inches here for the Cougars as we are 6 minutes left in this first half. Coleman scored on their opening drive, a fumble on the second drive. This is drive number 3. They desperately need some points. They want to stick with Auburndale. Handoff to the second back. He's going to pick up the first down on a gain of 5. That was a run there from Cole Berth. A run of 5 there from Berth. So 1st and 10 here for the Cougars. Should mention their second leading running back, Colton Peters, got injured. He's out for the season, so that's why we're seeing a lot of Berth tonight. And once again, they hand it off with Berth. Getting it out to, it looks like the 37-yard line. Pickup of about 8. So it looks like we got a two-headed backfield here between Gross and Berth here for the Cougars tonight. Another run, this time maybe a touchdown-saving tackle there. Big carry there from Gross. He's going to pick up a first down. Ball placed at the 23-yard line, so a 14-yard carry there from Gross. Yes. According to my tally, he has 50 yards on the night so far. Another handoff. This time they go with Gross again. Flag on the play. He's going to take it down to the 10-yard line. Which, as it stands right now, it's a 14-yard gain for Gross. And it's going to be holding called against the Cougars. That's going to march them backwards. So big call there against Coleman. Excuse me, block in the back. Yep, block in the back. We got against Coleman. Marching back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And so now it'll bring up first down and about 12 here for the Cougars. Another handoff with Gross. He's going to take it out to the 20-yard line on that one. It's like a gain of about 7 on that carry. There hasn't been much defense here in this one so far tonight. The only big defensive play was that fumble forced by Weiler for the Eagles. Otherwise, both teams moving the ball efficiently up and down the field. Split backs again. This time, though, we got a penalty. And movement by the Cougars. Going to set them back another 5 yards. So bring up a second down and long situation here for Coleman. They've been moving the ball efficiently. They've had back-to-back penalties, though. Well, I shouldn't say back-to-back. They were in-between plays. They had one play in between. But penalties kind of killing the Cougars. And now kind of a end-around type situation. They give it. That's going to be Gross with the carry. Excuse me, I think they gave that off to Seefeld. Max Seefeld, I should say. But nonetheless, no yards on that carry. And so it's going to bring up now 3rd and 11. Say Gross and Seefeld, Max Seefeld, I should say, have they're one number different. It's 34 and 32. This time, though, they'll give it to Gross. Gross trying to break tackles. He gets down to the 15-yard line. And so he does pick up 10, but that's not going to be enough for a first down. So Coleman now looking at a 4th and 2 situation. Their first 4th down attempt here tonight. See if the Eagles can stop them. Good penetration. Pitch around the outside. Gross makes a guy miss and gets shoved out of bounds. He's knocked out of bounds at the 10. And that's going to be good enough for a first down. And so it'll be first down here for Coleman. A big run there from Gross just to get it. He broke one tackle, and that was all the burst, or that's essentially what he needed. He just kept his feet moving, able to pick up that first down. Now quarterback keeper by Kukta. He's going to pick up 4 on that one. Kukta had a big run there on the Coleman first drive, I should say. A 47-yard run. That time he picks up 4. And so we got a timeout here. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more after this.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
And welcome back to Auburndale High School here. The Auburndale Eagles with a 21-8 lead over the Coleman Cougars here in the Level 2 of this Division 6 playoff game here from Auburndale. This game is also brought to you by the Viaduct Bar and Grill of Marshfield, who serves juicy half-pound burgers daily. The Viaduct Bar and Grill is also home to cold drinks and Fish Fry Friday. The Viaduct Bar and Grill on Marshfield's fabulous northwest side. The carry there from Cole Berth. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal. Ball on the 3. Berth once again on the carry, but right there to make the tackle is Rab. He's going to pick up maybe 2 yards. He gets down to the 1. And so Coleman is going to use another timeout here.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
All right, and welcome back here to Auburndale High School. Should mention another sponsor of football here tonight on Zaleski Sports is Nicolay Construction. It's time to get back to work. It's time to find a great job with great pay at Nicolay Construction. Find year-round work in carpentry, concrete, and steel that has you home every night. Stop in and see Brad Robert at Nicolay Construction on 29th Street in Marshfield. And so that snap is bobbled. Running to the left, trying to get the corner, is not... Oh, he is going to get there. Touchdown. On the run from Micah Kukta. From 2 yards out. And so he bobbled the snap, able to beat the defender all the way to the end zone as he beat Brab to the corner. Two-point conversion attempt now for Coleman. Kukta rolling, trying to get away from the man, but he's going to get sacked. Taken down there. Some great penetration by Hayden Lobner. And so they stop that two-point conversion. Nonetheless, Coleman gets some points on the board here. And so it's 21-14. Auburndale with the lead, but Coleman putting together a very nice drive there. Right before the end of this first half. And let's go back to that touchdown. That was just a crazy play as they were trying to get the snap. The snap was a little bit high, and so Kukta had to first get the snap. Then he had to turn on the jets because he had to beat Rab, I should say, around the corner and get into the end zone. And that was just a fantastic job there from the quarterback Micah Kukta, the junior, and able to get that one into the end zone, especially on a fourth down opportunity or a fourth down situation. And so Coleman coming up clutch here in this second quarter, able to get that one into the end zone. I mentioned another one of our sponsors here of football tonight on Zaleski Sports is Culligan Water. Get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. This game is also brought to you by Blues Hair Studio on North Central Avenue, who is ready to help you get the fall's best cut and color. Schedule an appointment at Blues Hair Studio to look your fall best. Nice return here for the Eagles. That's going to be Aiden Cherney taking it out here, and it's possession number 4 here for Auburndale. And so the Eagles They're going to start at their own 38-yard line. And so under 2 minutes, we got 1:10. Anderson's going to carry it. Beautiful run there from Anderson as he's going to step out of bounds. But a fantastic run there from Caden Anderson. Steps out of bounds. Gets it out to the 38-yard line. So my math is going to tell me that was a 24-yard run there from Caden Anderson. And now another carry. This time he has a speed. Can he get to the edge? No. Oh, almost into the end zone. He's going to get pushed out. Beautiful run there from Caden Anderson. He almost had enough juice to make it to the end zone, but what a run there from Caden Anderson, getting it all the way down to the 5-yard line. And so there, a 33-yard run from Anderson. Ball at the 5. Keeper from Anderson. Second and goal. And a timeout is going to be taken by Coleman. For third and final timeout here for the Cougars. The Cougars have no answer for the rushing attack from Caden Anderson here in tonight's game. Let's take a quick break as well.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
And welcome back here to Auburndale High School. Auburndale got the football with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this first half. They are now 4 yards away from a touchdown. Anderson, quarterback keeper, bouncing off defenders and into the end zone. Caden Anderson for the score. And so a big run there from Caden Anderson. And so they move the football very effectively. Extra point is no good. But nonetheless, Auburndale goes up now 27-14 here in this first half. And wow, what a very efficient offensive drive there put on by the Eagles. They only had 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the first half to do something with it. And they decided to run the football all the way down the field. You had a 24-yard run from Anderson, a 33-yard run from Anderson on the first 2 plays of that drive. And before you know it, Auburndale is right in scoring position, and they just keep running the football. Anderson so far has 134 yards by my count, all here in this first half. He's just been fantastic here for the Auburndale Eagles. I should mention another one of our sponsors of playoff football here tonight on Zaleski Sports is H&S Manufacturing in Marshfield. They are currently hiring. H&S offers top wages along with a very generous benefits package. Get health, dental, life, and disability, 401k, cash bonuses, a $2 shift bonus, and a substantial vacation plan that has you earning vacation from your very first day. They are looking for welders, painters, and assemblers on both first and second shift. Apply online at hsmgco.com. So the kickoff, it's going to be fielded, and Coleman's going to down it. And so with 33 seconds here, Coleman starting their fourth possession of this game. Starting with the ball at the their own 33-yard line. And you can't imagine Coleman's going to do much here with 33 seconds. Not much time. Man in motion. Hand it off to Gross. Straight up the middle. Makes a guy miss. He's got Scholl to beat, and Scholl is going to take him down. They get it out to the 46-yard line. Quickly they go. And so that, starting at their own 33, that's a 21-yard run there for Gross. Another handoff now with Gross straight up the middle. Is met right away. Ball on the 43. So that's a gain of 4. They spike the football, but I believe the time was already run out. But let's see what they say. That's going to do it. That's the end of the first half here as the Auburndale Eagles rolling tonight over the Coleman Cougars by a score of 27-14. Auburndale has scored every time they've touched the football, and they've been unstoppable in the ground game. And now we're going to go to our halftime presentation here with Jason Zaleski and Dan Ross. Let's send it over.
Okay. Football time. Let's talk about playoff football. We're going to mention some games on the network. We'll probably mention some others. But this all starts with this talk here. And these were halftime football scores, level 1 last week. And it was a comeback Friday across the network and across the state. And Dan and I do the Red Zone channel. What we talked about many times, because it is statistically true. 2-touchdown comeback in the fourth quarter, a near impossibility in high school football, just because of the speed and the quickness and the play calling and the no huddle. All those things don't give that ability to have those big comebacks, and the skill level and the experience and just everything, even the coaching. It just doesn't happen. Yet though, Dan, here we were in a level 1 football scenario, and the first one I look at here was Wausau West Spash. Halftime score, West 17, Spash 7. It was 31-19 West entering the fourth quarter. Yeah. And I'll be doggone if Spash doesn't come back and win that game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I did the have 7 tabs open with audio on one of them. Yeah. And I just flipped, like every 30 seconds, just flipped between 6 or 7 games on the network because they were all bangers. They were all great.
Iowa Scandinavia 16, Cambria Friesland at the half. Cambria Friesland comes back to win that game.
Iowa had a shot at that one at the end.
They did. Marathon 18, Auburndale nothing at halftime. That's the 1 seed Auburndale. They come back to win in the second half. The 2 seed Abbotsford 13, Cadott nothing. Cadott on a Hail Mary comes back to win the game with zeros on the clock. And then other close games, Edgar and Glenwood City was close throughout, even though Glenwood City didn't score. It was just 15-0 at halftime for the 2-seeded Wildcats. Kaukauna, the 1-seed, 8-seed Brookfield Central, were tied at half 14.
Yes.
Tied at half. And Colby and Durand, Arkansas, another 1-seed. Colby, I think they finally scrapped that one out like 33-31 or something like that. Durand, Arkansas was in it till the end, and so we saw comebacks here, there, and everywhere on Friday night, and then close games where you expected the 1 seeds to carry the day, and that didn't happen by and large.
There were a lot of surprises. And generally speaking, most years, Level 1 football, the favorites just kind of stomp the 8 seed.
Yeah.
And put it away in the first quarter. It's 21-0, and just kind of cycle the kids in to get ready for the next week. The Galloping Ghosts were more like the trotting spirits or something.
They needed more electrons to form a ghastly mist in the corner.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing with Kaukauna, is that they have a really good offense, but the defense has been shaky at times. They come up big when they have to, but they have a really tough game. I know you're going to preview games coming up, but they got a real tough one tomorrow night.
Yep. Well, let's go through them then, and we're going to start at the top of the schedule, found at ZaleskiSports.com. Again, I know people think I just know all this stuff and memorize it all. I don't. I just read off of the website just like you do at home. Too many games to keep track of. As a matter of fact, football playoffs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Spash at Kimberly. And we started in Division 1, the 3-seed Panthers, the 2-seed Papermakers. You and I got to stand on the sidelines in Week 8 and saw the Papermakers up close. And the Panthers will have their hands full on Friday night.
Absolutely will. Spash looked really good in the second half of the game against West. They probably played one of the worst first halves of the season, I would say.
Yes, without a doubt.
Kimberly isn't winning hardware every year for no reason.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true. They are, though, let me say this. They are a slower version of Papermakers teams from the past, but defensively they are stout, and that's the matchup to watch over in Kimberly. Cale Jacoby on the call is the run and gun Spash Panthers, and against a really good defensive Kimberly team in Kimberly.
Is he going to be in a suit?
On Friday night. Could be. It's going to be cold and windy, though, so I don't know. Could be, though. Could be.
His hair is going to be flowing in the wind.
He's our Fabio in the making.
Yeah.
West Appear at Kaukauna as we move to Division 2. That's the 1 and the 4 seed. We talked about Kaukauna struggling in that first half against Brookfield Central. They do finally pull away in that second half. Again, final score of that game 33-14. West Appear though shut out Menominee Falls 27-0, and you've got West Appear coming to Kaukauna. Player of the Year Dorio Finley in the Fox Valley Association though at quarterback for the Ghosts on Friday night.
Yeah, so a rematch of last year in the playoffs. West Appear beat Kaukauna, I'm pretty sure. They also played in Week 2, and it was a very close game. So these teams know each other.
They do, and they will, and it's a very short drive. It's about 15 minutes on the bus from West Appear down to Kaukauna. We move to Division 4, and we see the upset Somerset football team coming into Mosney. Somerset, the 6th seed. They got past 3-seed O'Connell Falls on the road, 38-12. Didn't have any trouble with O'Connell Falls. Mosney, somewhat the same at home against Bloomer, 55-16. During the year, just note for Mosney fans that may be curious what we have to think. They've been a slow starting bunch. They've been a bunch to me that looks like at some times they kind of mentally check out of the game. And then come back in. I called one of the games, and that's what I saw pretty much the entire game. And you got a team like Somerset coming in with nothing to lose, right? I'm the 6th seed. I got nothing to lose. We're going to lay it all on the line here tonight in Mosney.
Yeah, Mosney, how much do they benefit from playing down a division this year? I mean, that's incredible. Mosney, yeah. And they have an offense where they're able to get the lead, and they grind games out, and they just batter that defensive line on the ground, and they are able to pass the ball as well. But Mosney is really built for the lead, and off the top of my head, I don't know if Mosney's trailed this year.
I doubt it. They only gave up 13 points in conference, 3 points in conference.
Yeah.
So it would seem that they have not.
Yeah.
And they haven't faced much adversity then either, aside from just getting in their own way at times during the season. Again, my observation. Yeah, an interesting thing there. Also a note, that game moved to D.C. Everest. They will play that game in Schofield as should Mosney win Go back to the bracket here in Division 4, looking on my own. Brackets found at WIAA.org. A small chance, but if Baldwin-Woodville, the 4 seed, were to upset St. Croix Central, that game back in Mosinee, then that next week in a level 3 game. So Mosinee saving their field for a potential level 3 game, but if it's chalk, they'll be headed over to St. Croix Central. So they're going to play the game at DC Everest anyway. Maybe it's just unplayable, even as it is now. Forgetting about setting it up for next week. Okay. Amherst at Wittenberg-Bournemouth. These two have been rivals for years. Recent memory, but for years. I remember Wittenberg-Bournemouth stole one at Amherst in a level 3 game a couple of years ago. And these two they just seem for the last 5 or 6 years just to battle each other every single year.
That bowling alley is going to be hopping in Wittenberg.
That's right. Yeah, new ownership there. I don't know who's running the joint anymore, but they love watching our broadcast from the bowling alley over in Wittenberg. You and I had a Red Zone channel there last year.
Yeah, Wittenberg, a more explosive offense. Amherst likes to control the game, a lot like Mosinee does. Really good defense. Offensively, I would say challenged at times, but it's really going to be that Wittenberg offense against the Falcon defense. And Wittenberg won a one-score game earlier on in the year.
It's true. Yep. Amherst defense also shaky at times. Wittenberg got there. They beat the Clintonville Truckers 46-8. Amherst got by New Holstein 14-0. So shutout, but just the 14 points offensively at home. But a win's a win. It's win in advance in the brackets.
It was 14-0 early.
Yeah.
And it was one of the tabs on my computer, and I kept checking back, and there's nothing going on.
Okay, so that's level 2 football in Division 5. Mike Wendlandt will be on the call from Wittenberg. Let's move now to Division 6 because we are on a seemingly collision course between Auburndale and Stratford. But first things first.
Really?
It seems like it. And we've kind of thought this going back to about week 7 in our seeding math as well. Coleman at Auburndale, Mondovi at Stratford. No recent history with Coleman and Auburndale, but the Eagles, again, fell behind 18-0 at halftime to the 8-seed Marathon Red Raiders last week. So can't have a slow start when the Panthers come to town on Friday night.
Yeah, and Marathon just played to not lose in the second half of that game at Auburndale. Really pushed Auburndale around. I heard that, and it wasn't on the network, so I don't know. But Auburndale played maybe the worst half of football, which is playoffs. Not a great time for
0 points. I would agree.
Right, and they've been rolling as of late. They beat Colby the week before, and kind of sleptwalked through the first half and built momentum. And the Marathon coaches just played to not lose and tried to run the clock out. And a lot of times when you try to be conservative and just try to not lose, you end up losing.
Yeah, right. What do they say? That prevent defense just prevents you from winning.
Yeah.
That's been the moniker there for a long time. So number 1 seed Auburndale Eagles, though, at home against the 5 seed Coleman Panthers. I think I'm saying that right. I think that's what that is.
Well, they're used to having rain on the field because there was a monsoon in week 9.
That's right, it was. Coleman, the 5 seed, got past the 4 seed Luther on the road, 31-21. And that 18-0 halftime deficit that Auburndale was in, they end up scoring 21 unanswered to win the game against Marathon 21-18. On the bottom side of that quadrant are the Stratford Tigers. They are the Division 6 defending state champions. I called that game last year from Camp Randall. They beat Mondovi. And wouldn't you know it, Dan, the Buffaloes are coming back now, and they are the 3 seed at Stratford. I believe Stratford's a better team than they were last year. If you ask folks in that Stratford program, they were planning for a state run this year. They were just a year ahead of schedule with some things kind of going their way last year. In Mondovi, a younger team, a different team this year. I expect Stratford to win going away, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, they're playing their best football right now. They might be playing better than they did in the playoffs last year.
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stratford should be a heavy favorite if there were such a thing in high school football.
Yeah, there's not. It's just our opinions. But my opinion is Stratford going to win somewhat easily.
Where's that game at?
And that game is in Marshfield. Yep. So Stratford also a little bit concerned about their home grass turf. So they're going to play at Hiding Community Stadium in Marshfield. Kickoff for all these games, still 7 o'clock, but that game did get moved there. What's interesting there, though, is that last year Stratford without a home stadium because the grass issues continue this year. They played all their home games at Hiding Community Stadium last year, so they're very familiar with the whole setup there, playing 5 or 6 games there last year, including the playoff games.
Yeah, a lot of these grass fields, the athletic director, I suppose, can't get out and even paint the field.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. You can't do any maintenance on that. It's been raining since Monday.
Yeah, so. And it's supposed to stop tomorrow, but it's supposed to be super cold.
Cold and windy tomorrow. Bundle up when you head out to the games. All right, let's take a trip over to Division 7. We'll start at the top. It's the number 1 seed Boyceville football team playing number 4 seed Spring Valley. We'll have that live. I should back up here. Auburndale, Ben Brecht on the call. Stratford, Dan Leonard on the call. In Boyceville, Bob Radovich and Dave Sparger on the call. Number 4 seed Spring Valley got past Hurley. We know all about the Hurley North Stars. 29-24 in Spring Valley. And it was Boyceville easily over Clear Lake, 41-3. And
it sounds like 2 salad dressings.
Boyceville and Spring Valley?
Yeah.
Well, you put the Spring Valley on the Boyceville.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. All the ingredients come together, and that's a football game on Friday night. Again, Bob Radovich on the call. Boyceville would appear to be the better team there. And they would play the winner in our final game on the preview rundown here. Dan, it is Edgar and Regis. Edgar, I know, after last year's complete beatdown at the hands of the Regis Ramblers in Eau Claire, we were at that game. Regis had that one figured out from the start. They ran all over, literally ran all over the Edgar Wildcats. And Edgar, I know from the beginning of this football season, they wanted Regis, and they got Regis coming to Edgar on Friday night.
Yeah, I think they wanted them in level 3 instead of level 2. And we were at that game. I don't remember if we called that game or if we were just
We were
there.
doing the red zone from Carson Park
Yeah,
that day.
because I remember not watching the game much in the second half.
Well, there was nothing to see.
Yeah.
It was a running clock game.
Do you have a score for that? 50-something to 6?
Yeah, it's about what it was.
What it was.
It was a tremendous score and a big score. We went back to look and we couldn't find anything. And the Edgar folks were going to look, and then I think they stopped looking because they couldn't find either. The last time Edgar had a running clock against them on the football field, we couldn't find it.
Really good. I wonder how many levels up that team could have played in one state last year, because 6 easily. I don't remember who won 5, but yeah, I would.
Aquinas won 5.
So maybe not Aquinas.
Maybe though.
Yeah, I mean they were so good.
That would have been a game I would have paid to see.
They have Division I football players all over that team.
An NFL prospect, Xander Rocco, an NFL prospect on that team.
Yeah.
So
not this year though.
Not this year. So yeah, and Edgar, and you and I talk about this offline sometimes. Edgar, a really good tackling football team defensively this year. That was the big problem last year over at Carson Park. Yeah. Regis, it still brings with it a certain cachet and a certain stigma and reputation follows the Ramblers around, and so the Edgar Wildcats will need to get over that in the first quarter. But I think they're a little bit better tackling team. That should do them well. Regis a little bit younger, inexperienced. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, the Edgar fans, the Edgar guys, they wanted Regis. They got Regis.
They got him.
I hope it's not a be careful what you wish for type situation because Edgar did not look good in the first half this past Friday. Looked really good in the second half, and it feels like the coaching staff took care of things at halftime, as football coaches do.
I just wonder if Edgar, so Regis coming from a turfed field, and they've got a multi-million-dollar turfed practice field. I just wonder if Edgar also doesn't feel they're in the driver's seat because they're making these guys play on grass, and it'll be tall grass too. It'll be thick grass to run through.
Yeah, speaking of the field, one thing I noticed, and on the Red Zone channel throughout the year, we've watched Edgar almost every night, and they don't have dashes on their football field for the individual yard lines.
Nope.
Well, they did.
Oh.
Last Friday.
You think they heard you?
Maybe, and they're super white. The lines every 5 yards are faded, and the really bright 31, 32, 33 yard line.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good. You're going to be on the field tomorrow night in Edgar.
That's the rumor.
Tom King on the call. We are planning to introduce our pylon camera at that game, just like you see in the NFL.
And welcome back here to Auburndale High School. We are just about to get the second half underway here on Zaleski Sports. It's Division 6, Level 2 of the playoffs here, and we're so glad we can bring you this one tonight here as the Auburndale Eagles hosting the Coleman Cougars. I'm Ben Brecht. My producer tonight is Isaac Eagle, and this one we got a 27-14 Auburndale lead here at the halftime break. And so let's recap some of the scoring. Auburndale got off to a quick start with a 2-yard pass to Evan Scholl from Caden Anderson, putting him up 7-0. Coleman answered back, starting at their own 20. A 47-yard run from quarterback Micah Kukta put the Coleman Cougars on the board. Their 2-point attempt was good from Gross, up 8-7. Next drive, Auburndale started at their 27. That one capped off a 2-yard run from Caden Anderson, making it 13-8. Coleman's next drive started at their own 32. 2 plays in, Gross fumbled as Weiler forced the fumble. And so Auburndale gets the football back. They get another score on that drive, a 20-yard touchdown pass to Evan Scholl, putting him up 21-8. Coleman responds with a 2-yard touchdown run from Kukta on their next drive. 21-14, 2-point attempt is good. Auburndale starts at their own 38, and he capped off the drive with a 4-yard run from Anderson right before the half. Extra point no good. That's where we're at, 27-14. And Coleman will start this possession after the halftime break at their own 36. They're going to start with a run that's going to go pretty much nowhere. And so now it's going to be second down here for the Cougars. As I mentioned, as you could probably follow along there when I was going through the scoring recap, the team scored on every single possession except for that one where Coleman had the fumble. Now another run there from Gross. Gain of about 3 on that one. According to my unofficial stats, Gross now with 97 rushing yards so far tonight for the Cougars, and that one fumble, his first fumble of the season, and a big one it was. This is the 5th drive for Coleman. This time, keeper by Kukta. You're going to take that out to the 45. He is just short of a first down. Actually, they're going to measure it. Timeout, officials timeout. They're going to look to measure this one. Micah Kukta now with 58 rushing yards so far tonight. Now a big measurement here. As I mentioned, Coleman did get the ball once before the halftime break. They had it with 33 seconds, so not much to work with. And so that's why Coleman's only got 2 touchdowns on the board, despite this now their 5th possession. One was the halftime right before half, and the other ended in a fumble. So now, though, it's 4th and inches here for the Cougars. This a big chip play, and up the middle goes Kukta. He's going to get it. That will be a first down here for Coleman. He picks up about 3 yards on that one. That 4th down conversion looked effortless. So here come the Cougars. They need to put points up here on this drive to begin the second half. This time they're going to give it off. Hand off. Give it to Berth. Berth had 34 yards there in that first half on the ground. He's going to pick up 7 on this one, or on that carry, I should say. And now, so early movement here. This one's going to be, looks like it's on the Cougars, and indeed it is. So another penalty there on Coleman. And so they have 25 penalty yards here tonight in this level 2 playoff game. You want to make sure to limit your penalties, and that's really kind of set them back on some of their drives there in that first half. The good part is they were able to overcome that. Handoff, though, now with Gross. Huge run. A monster run there. It's going to put the ball at the 30, so a 19-yard run there. That's going to put him over 100 yards on the game. He's sitting now, according to my total, he's at 116. So now another run straight up the middle. Cougars doing that all night. Picking up the first down. Rab on the stop it with Cherney. And so the ball is going to be at the 14, so they're a 16-yard run. So a couple of big back-to-back runs there. Another handoff. Berth on the carry. Pickup of about 5. Another run. This one straight into a big pile. Nothing doing. Kukta on the quarterback keeper. I'm going to say he maybe gained a yard. I'll give him 1 yard on that one. Nonetheless, it's going to be now 3rd down. Cougars got to punch this in. This time to give it to Berth. And he's going to pick up enough for a first down. Now inside the 5, it's going to be 1st and goal. It looks like the ball is on the 3. And so it'll be 1st and goal from the 3. I believe that was a 6-yard run there. See if Coleman can punch this in. Pitch out. Gross. Met immediately and taken down there by Anderson. He was able to get maybe a yard off of that. Gross has put together a nice drive here on the ground for Coleman after largely he was held in check pretty well in that first half. Doing a nice job here to begin the second half on the ground attack. Quarterback keeper by Kukta. He's going to go for the end zone and get in. Makes the guy miss and in for the touchdown from 2 yards out. Quarterback Micah Kukta. In for the Coleman Cougars. And so a big drive there, capped off by the touchdown, and Coleman desperately needed that. So now they're going to go for 2. Split backs. Hukta gives it to Gross. First man into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. And so Coleman starting off strong here in the second half. They're now 27-22. They are making this one a game here. And so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more football after this.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
And welcome back here to Auburndale High School. So excited to bring you high school football playoff action here tonight on Zaleski Sports. Thank you for tuning in to this one. You got a great game here between Coleman and Auburndale, as Auburndale will get their first crack at it here in the second half. Kickoff is going to be fielded. And run out there. It's going to be bunched up. And so it's going to be stopped at the 40. So that's where Auburndale will start their 6th possession here of this game. They're starting on their own 40-yard line. Actually, their 5th possession. That's my fault. Their 5th possession. They have scored every single time they've touched the football. So see if they can keep it going here in the second half. Scholl with the carry. Scholl just beating everybody with that speed. It's going to be a first down there for Auburndale on a 20-yard run from Evan Scholl. After not having a very good first half, I only had him for 34 yards in that first half. Big 20-yard carry, or big carry there. Not quite 20 yards. I believe that was 17 yards on that one. I got a little bit too excited. Just going to bring up 2nd down and 4 here for Auburndale. I believe that was Anderson on the run. He had a fantastic first half rushing with 134 yards, according to my count. Scholl on the carry. Another nice run along that left side. They keep attacking that left side. There's a flag on the play, though. They keep attacking that left side, and they've had a lot of success when they run it around that end with Evan Scholl. Yeah, penalty, though, here. Block in the back. Ten yards from the spot of the foul. A big penalty there on Auburndale. Let's see if that kind of halts their momentum a little bit. We'll have to see. Coleman definitely needs a stop defensively. They've been unable to stop Auburndale from moving the football for most of this game. They need a stop here in a bad way, just to try to get some momentum going. Anderson, nice little pitch and catch there. That was out to Blake Rabb. And so that's going to be a gain of maybe a yard on that pitch and catch. Bring up third down now in 12. Anderson looking, throwing incomplete. A big break there for the Cougars defensively. It's going to bring up now fourth down, and Auburndale is going to punt this away. So Coleman gets the big stop like they needed. Thanks to that penalty there. The block in the back penalty on Auburndale kind of killed him on this drive, and Coleman gets a much-needed stop. And so the Cougars are going to get this football back as Auburndale will punt it away. Nice punt there from Rabb. He's going to go rolling into the end zone for the touchback. Coleman will set up now offensively. And the Coleman Cougars, they have been able to move the football. It's just that they've their one drive ended off of that fumble. That was the big difference there in that first half. And then their other drive, it ended because the half ended. But to be fair, they only had 33 seconds to work with. So let's see if the Cougars can put together another strong drive here. They're only down by 5. That's a big difference here tonight. They'll start off with a run up the middle. Gross on the carry. Picks up a yard. Another carry. This time they give it to Berth. He's going to pick up about 3 on that one. According to my count, he's got 55 yards on the night so far for Berth. Third down, and we got a flag. Movement before the snap. Looks like this one's going to be against Coleman. This is their third false start penalty of the night. They have 30 penalty yards so far in tonight's game, and a big one there, because now what do you do at a 3rd and 10 situation? Just when you get a big defensive stop, you're looking to kind of see if your offense can get rolling. That penalty is going to set them back, and now what do you do here on 3rd and 10 when you don't really have much of a passing game? You got to run it. That's exactly what they do. But they do pick up the first down. A beautiful carry there from Berth. That is a first down there for Coleman. They get it out to the 32. That was a 13-yard carry and a first down. A beautiful run there from Cole Berth. And officials timeout here. Take the hand warmer off the field. And so nonetheless, Coleman with a big conversion there on 3rd down. And now they have the football with a new set of downs, a big one at that. This time, keeper from Kukta. Gain of 6 there for Kukta. Coleman doing a nice job here running the football here to start the second half. We are down to 1 minute and 40 seconds left in this third quarter. Just taking time off the clock. They fake it up the middle with Gross. Instead, they give it to Berth, and Berth is going to pick up the first down. Out to the 44-yard line, so a 6-yard run there from Berth. It's now another 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Handoff now with Berth. He gets stood up by Scholl, loses the football. Fumble on the play. Berth coughs it up. And Coleman able to get on top of it. That was close. That was very close to potentially being their second turnover of the game, but a 6-yard run there from Berth. And so that one Scholl almost forced the fumble. Well, he did force the fumble, but Coleman fortunate enough to get on top of it. They lost a fumble in that first quarter. That led to Auburndale points. This time they're able to keep it. Run up the middle by Gross. He's going to get out to the Auburndale 46. We're going to take an official's measurement here on this one. We're going to bring out the chains. A 6-yard run there from Gross. Actually, we're going to see if they measure or not. One thing I appreciate about Coleman here is that they've just stuck with what they do. Coleman runs the football, and they've just stuck with that here in the second half. They've done a nice job getting off their blocks, really attacking Auburndale defensively when they run the football. And so they've eaten up quite a bit of the clock here in this third quarter. They had their first drive. They started at their own 36. They were able to get a touchdown on a 2-yard run from Micah Kukta. 2-point conversion was good to Gross. Or run by Gross, I should say. And then Auburndale got it back. They started at their own 40. They went about 5 plays. Started with a 20-yard run there from Scholl, but they quickly went 3 and out. So Coleman got the much-needed defensive stop. And now they've just kept running the football here on their 6th possession of the game, their second one here in the second half. Second possession, I should say. They're going to be just short of the marker, so 3rd down, but they get a run up the middle from quarterback Kukata, and he's going to take that to the 43-yard line. So a 3-yard gain there from him. And that is going to do it for the third quarter. Auburndale with a 27-22 lead here over Coleman, but Coleman has possessed the ball for most of this third quarter. They've been able to move it very efficiently down the field, and Auburndale is in danger of giving up another touchdown drive here. They got to get a stop on defense, which Coleman did in that third quarter. They got the much-needed defensive stop. I should mention our game is brought to you tonight by Spectrum Benefit Solutions. They have offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with businesses of any size to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started. Our game is also brought to you by SC Swiderski. An SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Our game is also brought to you by Mutual of Wausau. Mutual of Wausau Insurance. They have been protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. To begin this fourth quarter, it'll be Coleman with a 1st and 10. And it's going to be quarterback keeper there from Kukta trying to hurdle the defender, but he's going to get pushed out there by Scholl. That's a gain of about 6 yards. Coleman just keeps running the football, and they keep doing it very effectively. For this Auburndale defense, you got to find some answers here. Coleman just keeps moving it down the field with these 6-yard gains. Nothing fancy. It's just very efficient. Another run this time. It's Berth with the carry. Getting it to the 40-yard line. Or to the 30-yard line, I should say. That's a gain of 7. Berth has done a lot of work here in the second half on the ground. Racking up 87 total yards, according to my unofficial stats, so far tonight. Coleman using that very tight formation, getting all their big bodies in there. Kukta once again on the carry. He's going to pick up maybe about 2 on that carry. So a very balanced attack here tonight from the Cougars. Obviously, Gross is their big back. They love running it up the middle with him. He's done a lot of work. He's got 140 yards so far, according to my total. This time they fake it to Gross, give it to Berth. Second man through. He's going to put the ball at the 24-yard line, so a pickup of 5 there. We've seen a lot of Cole Berth here in the second half for the Cougars. Bringing up 3rd down now. Pitch this time. Gross trying to get around the side. He's not going to get there. He's brought down. We got a flag, though, on the plate. In there on the tackle for Auburndale is Brett Thiel. And illegal shift called on Coleman. And another penalty there on the Cougars, killing the momentum that they've been building up. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Coleman has now 35 penalty yards so far tonight in this game. And that might be a storyline to watch here down the stretch. Now a 3rd down and long situation, and it was able to get back on top of it. Kukta did not take the snap from under the center. So the center snapped the football. Kukta never fully got it and grasped that and lost it. Lost it on the snap, was able to fall on it. It's now going to bring up 4th down and 10 here for the Cougars. That penalty really, like I said, it really just kind of killed the momentum that they had going. And then that fumbled snap is you're just not helping yourself. And so now it's going to be 4th down. Auburndale knows it's going to be a run because that's what Coleman's been doing all night. And just what I say that, they're going to throw it. Looking deep at is incomplete. Intended for Berth. And so that's going to be a turnover on downs here for the Coleman Cougars. And so we have a player down. And so that's going to be a turnover on downs here for Coleman. And that's going to be a big turnover on downs. Auburndale desperately gets the stop that they need. And so it's going to be a Auburndale's going to get the football back. Injured player, which means we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more football after this.
Need furniture? Come to Mall Furniture in Marshfield and get it now. We have what you want in stock. Do you need a new two-sided Wisconsin-built mattress set or adjustable bed? We have them in stock. Power lift chairs, rocker or wall recliner. How about a glider rocker or swivel rocker? We have them. Sofas, sectionals and sleepers, reclining and stationary, leather and cloth. Choose from Marshfield Furniture, Lazy Boy, and Best Home Furnishing. See our expanded Wolfcraft maple and oak, made in Marshfield Furniture. Bring your truck or trailer and take it with you, or have it delivered for a small fee.
So welcome back here to Auburndale. Auburndale gets a much-needed stop on that last drive. So turnover on downs for the Cougars. Coleman got a stop to they're late in that third quarter. Now Auburndale gets a stop defensively. Anderson now will start it, and he's going to get a big run, taking it out to the 47-yard line. Caden Anderson running for 17 yards on that one, adding to his impressive night so far on the ground on that first play from scrimmage. So a 17-yard run from Caden Anderson. And so Auburndale will now set up a 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. We're into the fourth quarter here. If you're Auburndale, you want to get a touchdown here on this drive to kind of really take this or put this game out of reach. Let's see if they can get it. Scholl on the carry. Bouncing around outside. He's going to get met in the backfield, taken down right away. In on the tackle for Coleman was Max Seefeld. Loss of a couple on that one. Evan Scholl has been largely held in check tonight, running the football. It's been mostly Caden Anderson's that's been doing the work. My unofficial stats have him for 49 rushing yards on the night. So Coleman has done a fantastic job keeping him in check on the ground. The difference is they have not been able to keep Caden Anderson in check as the quarterback takes the carry once again. He's going to take it out to the 47. So a 3-yard gain there from Anderson. He's now hit 160 yards rushing on the night. Coleman has no answer for that quarterback keeper when Anderson lines up in the shotgun. He's been running it straight up the middle, around the left side, right side. No matter where he goes, Coleman has not been able to stop it. So now on 3rd down, Coleman needs a stop here. They need to get their offense back on the field. And we have a timeout called by Auburndale as they know that this possession is going to be big. And to see if they can try to keep the football moving, gives me a chance to go to one of our sponsors of high school football. We'll be right back after this.
Central Wisconsin Glass is Central Wisconsin's choice for your next new or remodeled shower and bathroom. The experts at Central Wisconsin Glass will effortlessly guide you through the design and installation process. Have the elegant and modern shower and bathroom you've been looking for. Call Central Wisconsin Glass at 715-387-8010. That's 715-387-8010. And Central Wisconsin Glass on Facebook for your residential, commercial, and vehicle glass needs.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
So welcome back here after the timeout. We got 3rd and 9. Auburndale and Coleman coming down to the wire here from Auburndale High School here. Sports Tonight on Zaleski. Sports, thanks for tuning in. I'm Ben Brecht. It's 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. Anderson, quarterback draw. He's going to pick it up. First down from Caden Anderson. They're going to give it to him. So a 9-yard carry there from Caden Anderson. Picks up the first down, and Auburndale just keeps moving the football, and more importantly, keeps that clock running. It's been a defensive game here in half number 2 here tonight between Auburndale and Coleman. The clock keeps moving as these teams keep running the football. And now a fumble. Scholl fumbles the football, and Coleman has it. The Cougars fall on it. A big mistake there. Evan Scholl fumbles the football. Coleman falls on top of it. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They set up on their own 45-yard line. And a big turnover there. So a fumble by Evan Scholl. And so now Coleman has it as they start here. They're a 7th possession, starting at their 45. Another run there from Berth. He's going to get nothing, but that is a big fumble recovered there from Coleman. You had Auburndale, or excuse me, I should say Coleman fumbled the ball there in that first half, and Auburndale was able to get a touchdown off of it. Auburndale fumbles here in the second half. Let's see what Coleman is able to do with this. Another run there. That's going to be Gross. Gets about 5. Cougars have been able to move the football very effectively tonight on the ground, thanks to the running there. Brady Gross doing a fantastic job. As again, and now met in the backfield and taken down for the sack. Big play from Wyatt Molson. Able to stop Kukta in the backfield. And a 5-yard loss there. And so now it's going to be 4th down here for the Cougars. A big play there from Molson. Able to track down Kukta in the backfield and get the big tackle for loss. 4th down now and 10. Coleman desperately needs this. We're down to under 5 minutes left in this one. Little handoff. Run and stopped after a little short pickup. I believe that was Max Seefeld on the carry. Brought down immediately. So Auburndale is going to take over. 1st and 10 on their 49. That was Seefeld's first carry. And so Auburndale gets a much-needed stop there on 4th down. So they will start here at the Coleman 49 with Caden Anderson running up the middle. Getting it up to the 45-yard line, a gain of 4 there. So it brings up 2nd down. The biggest thing here is now you have the football. You're approaching 4 minutes left in this one. Coleman desperately needs a stop. Auburndale is in no hurry, obviously, as they just put together another stop defensively. 3 and out for Coleman on that last possession. Coleman got a touchdown on their opening drive here in the second half, but since then, nothing going, as they've gone a couple of their most recent drives both ended in turnovers on downs. It's going to bring up now 3rd and 2. 6-yard run there from Scholl. Anderson, keeper. Straight into the pile. Keeps the legs moving and picks up a 1st down. 1st down for the Eagles. on that Caden Anderson run down to the 38-yard line, a gain of 4. He's the leading rusher of this game. Tonight, Caden Anderson doing it on the ground. He has 76 yards passing and 2 touchdowns in the air, both to Evan Scholl. So it's been Caden Anderson's night here tonight for the Auburndale Eagles. Another run bouncing around the left side. He's going to get run out of bounds. He's going to run out of bounds. Looks like they're going to spot it maybe at the 26-yard line. So a 12-yard run there for Caden Anderson. Most importantly, gets a first down. Keeps this possession alive here for the Eagles. They've been on a roll here, running the football in the second half. Well, in the entire game, I should say. Another keeper from Anderson. Anderson picks up another big chunk of yards. That's going to be another first down there for Auburndale. The Auburndale Eagles just keep running the football with Caden Anderson in the shotgun. He's lined up in the gun basically the entire game, and they just run quarterback keepers. That's it. And Coleman has had 0 answers for it. There is another 12-yard gain. That's going to put Caden Anderson over 200 yards rushing tonight for the Eagles. Over 200 yards on the ground for Anderson. A spectacular showing tonight for him. Another keeper for Anderson. Coleman is going to take a timeout. He's going to pick up about 3 on that carry. It's been the Caden Anderson show here tonight for Auburndale, as he's gone over for 204 yards rushing according to my total. He has 76 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns, both to Evan Scholl. And then I should mention he also has 2 rushing touchdowns as well, a 2-yard run and a 4-yard run for the scoring for Auburndale. It gives me a chance here to read our last sponsor of football tonight here, Stop Construction. They are a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Stop Construction has been partnering with private and public customers since 1984. Stop Construction has its own service and fabrication department to assist with any municipal or industrial situation. Stop Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Coming out of this timeout, it will be second down now and 7. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's Level 2 playoff game here from Auburndale High School. It's Division 6, and we had a great game here. We still got a little bit more. 2 minutes to go. Scholl with the carry. And another timeout called by Coleman. They got 1 more left. They got to get a stop here. I'm going to say that was a gain of about maybe 5 on that one for Scholl. The Scholl has gone over the century mark for rushing on the season. He just needed about 50 yards. He's gone over that so far tonight. So Scholl has hit the 50-yard rushing mark. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the remainder of this one.
I really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Coming out of the timeout, we got 3rd and 2. Anderson on the quarterback keeper. He is... Did he get it? He's right at the sticks. They're going to give it to him. So a first down carry there from Caden Anderson. They give it to him. And a big one there is going to keep the clock moving. Coleman has no timeout. Well, they have one timeout left, I should say. But now, with the first and goal situation here for Auburndale, Coleman is pretty well sunk at this point. They've had a fantastic season here. The Coleman has, I should say. But Auburndale and Caden Anderson has just been too much. And there he goes in for the touchdown. Caden Anderson's going to cap it with that 4-yard touchdown run to make this one, to put this game away. That is his 3rd touchdown run of the night. His 5th touchdown of the game. Caden Anderson is balling out tonight. He's just been absolutely spectacular. The extra point attempt is blocked by Sawyer Seafeld, I should say. But nonetheless, Auburndale now a 33-22 lead here over Coleman. They have been rolling thanks to Caden Anderson. He's been spectacular. We're going to take a quick break and we'll finish up this one after these messages.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
And welcome back here to Auburndale High School as we're just over a minute away from Auburndale victory tonight as they have a 33-22 lead over Coleman. That last drive was capped off by a 4-yard touchdown run from quarterback Caden Anderson. He's had a spectacular night, and the Auburndale Eagles are going to advance here. Fumble on that kickoff return. Coleman does get on top of it. So Coleman has put together a they put together an excellent season, I should say. Coleman has. And so nothing to be ashamed of here in this one. But they just ran into a good Auburndale football team here in level 2 of the playoffs. Coleman get Brady Gross, you should say. He's had a spectacular game. The senior, this will be his last game, though, coming in with over 1,400 rushing yards. He's going to add some more to his total so far on the night with that run. Gross on the carry again. Picks up about 7. He has 152 yards tonight. But his career is going to likely finish here at Auburndale. He had over 1,400 yards coming into this game. And another run there picks up the first down. Gain of about 3 on that one. Another run up the middle. Gross on the carry again. Picking up about 3. Padding the stats at this point. Coleman is going to take a timeout with 22 seconds left. As I mentioned, Brady Gross, the senior running back, had over 1,400 yards coming into this game on the ground. 9 touchdowns. Tonight, he was able to add to that total. He had I have him for 158 yards tonight rushing for Brady Gross here tonight against Auburndale. So adds to that total close to 1,600 rushing yards on the season for Brady Gross, finishing with 9 touchdowns in his career for the Coleman Cougars. Meanwhile, quarterback Micah Kukta had a good night here for Coleman, finishing with 76 rushing yards. And then he also had 3 rushing touchdowns of the night to bring him to 26 touchdowns on the season. And he had 750 rushing yards coming into this game. So he's going to be over 800 rushing yards on the year for the junior in Kukta. And so a fantastic effort here tonight by Coleman. They could not get one defensive stop. That's what they needed. And just unable to get that as Caden Anderson proved to be too much here. Another run. After that penalty, Gross on the carry. Gain of about 6 on that one. Another carry again for Gross. Picking up about 4 there. And so that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros, which means that this game is over. Auburndale comes out with the victory tonight, 33-22, as they beat the Coleman Cougars. They are moving on to play the winner of Stratford and, I believe, Manawa. I believe that's the other game that's going on. So they'll play the winner of that one. And so the Auburndale Eagles come away with the big victory tonight over the Coleman Cougars, led by Caden Anderson with 210 rushing yards on the night. Evan Schulf, according to my total, finished with just 58 rushing yards. Big story, though, Caden Anderson with 4 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. He finished with 76 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns, both to Evan Scholl. Evan Scholl finished with 33 receiving yards, 58 rushing yards. Rounding out the stats, Blake Rabb finished with 15 receiving yards, Nate Richardson with 19, Aiden Cherney with 9. And that's the rounds out the stats here for Auburndale. But the most important stat is that Auburndale is moving on. So the Auburndale Eagles moving on to play the winner. Presumably, I think it's Stratford. They were up at half. And so Auburndale will move on in the playoffs. Coming up next is our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. And Nasonville Dairy has fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or online at nasonvilledairy.com. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get to our Nasonville Dairy postgame show after these messages.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Okay, I think that means we're good. All right, and welcome back here to our high school football game tonight, Level 2 playoffs here on Zaleski Sports. I'm Ben Brecht here with head coach of the Auburndale Eagles, winning coach, I should say, Coach Anderson.
Nice.
Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice. So you guys put together a very strong game here, mostly on the ground, I should say. Kind of talk about that success running the football.
I think the selective passing, and I think that's been our best thing all year, to be able to really grind it out. We have nice backs, and including Caden Anderson as a quarterback, to utilize his running skills, and then kind of selective passing and where we need it. But today I just really very happy with the way we were grinding out the yardage here, that last drive to finally score in the second half and punching that in. But what we want to do is try to stay pretty much balanced between our backs, inside, outside runs, and still know that we want to be able to run the ball effectively more than just trying to pass. But we want to be able to have a threat in the air also. But yes, we did a nice job grinding some first downs and grinding some drives through here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I don't know what you guys saw, but you always you lined up in the shotgun pretty much all night, right? And so you basically had a bunch of quarterback draws and designed runs with Caden just taking it himself and just saying, here, just go for it. What did you guys see that you kept going back to that?
I think just really the success. We always want to run to the bubble, and that's running between the down linemen and when the linebackers are off. So we're always going to try to run to the bubble, and just being able to control the ball is really what it is. We do want to get some of the counter and again mix the whole field, but really it's kind of always our go-to. Nothing really to see there different from them, but also the fact that they were mostly cover 0 or cover 1, so they're covering man-to-man on the outside, and they weren't going to be in run support, is something that we want to do, is be able to get into the ground attack a little bit more also.
Yeah, and it certainly worked tonight here as you guys put up, according to my stats, easily over 200 yards rushing on this team. You also put up some touchdowns through the air. In that first half. Speak to that balanced attack.
Yeah, that's really something that's always, I guess, my coaching philosophy is to have an offensive style that is balanced. It's usually a play progression. We want some plays to tie into each other and looking similar, and then having some bootlegs off of that. So it's just something in philosophy that we want to do. And I think in high school, for our success, still needs to be on the ground.
We played a team that won the conference that Coleman's in, Connell Falls, and I think they shut down and run pretty good, and we're able to throw for over 200 yards that game when need be, and we'll do that what we can, and it's really whatever the defense gives us, and we want to play to our strengths also, and right now it really is kind of the running with Colton Weiler last week, and Evan Scholl, some nice runs, and of course with Caden's kind of that really power back between the tackles we get him, and he slips it outside here and there too. You see that quickness outside too, where he can bounce and have some nice runs.
Yeah, and speaking of Caden Anderson, he just put on a show tonight. Let's be real here. He put on a great performance. Let's bring him in here because you obviously were dialed in from the very get-go in this game tonight. As I mentioned, you got over, according to my stats, you had 210 rushing yards. So obviously very dialed in from the get-go. What was working?
Right up the middle, pretty much. The tackles. The line was just blowing open huge holes, and I was just able to be untouched for the first 3 yards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your offensive line did a fantastic job of moving people tonight. That was definitely a big story as well in this one. And speaking of that offensive line, what have they done so far this entire season? Let's give them some credit here.
They've been working every day in practice. They're the hardest workers on the team. They come in every day looking for work, and they're amazing people.
Mm-hmm. And they definitely did some good work here tonight. You also had a couple of touchdowns through the air. I mean, you had all of the scoring for you guys on the board tonight. Was there anything like special before the game? Did you know that this was going to be your game?
I just knew the whole team was locked in, and we were going to put on a good game here.
Mm-hmm. And you guys, I looked at the scoring right now. You guys have Stratford coming up next. Do you know much about Stratford? What takeaways do you have?
I know they got a very big running back, good defense, but we just got to prepare for them, and we'll be ready next week.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And a fantastic game here tonight for you, Caden, and you got to be proud with this playoff performance. Were there any nerves coming into tonight? Because it is the playoffs now. It's like one and done.
Yeah, there were nerves, but we knew we had a job to get done and that we needed to take care of business, and we did.
Yeah, and so fantastic job taking care of the business. And I'll hand this over to you.
Thank you. I'm Caden Anderson, and I'm in the house.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. All right. Thank you for that, Caden, and a fantastic performance for him tonight here as the Auburndale Eagles get the win, move on to play the Stratford Tigers. I see that they got the win tonight, 21-0 in their game as well. As I mentioned, Caden Anderson finishing with 210 rushing yards on the night. Evan Scholl finishing with 58. So it was really Anderson's night tonight. Mention Anderson did all the scoring. He had 76 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns also to Scholl in this one. Just to recap the scoring, Auburndale got on the board first 7-0 with a 2-yard pass to Evan Scholl. And Coleman came back making a 47-yard run from Micah Kukta. And 2-point conversion was good by Gross. They went up 8-7. Auburndale then capped it off with a 2-yard capped it off with a 2-yard touchdown run there from Caden Anderson, going up 13-8. Next possession, Coleman got it, and it was a fumble from Gross. Weiler was able to force that one. Auburndale got it back, and that drive they drove it down with a 20-yard touchdown pass there from Anderson to Scholl, putting them up 21-8. And then Coleman came back, responded on their next drive, a 2-yard touchdown run from Kukta. 2-point conversion was good, made it 21-14. Auburndale then, with just over a minute left in the half, was able to drive it all the way down the field. First, a 24-yard run from Anderson, then a 33-yard run on that last drive before the half, and then capped it off with a 4-yard touchdown run from Anderson, making it 27-14 going into the halftime break. In the second half, there wasn't much scoring going on as both defenses came to play. Coleman did get the scoring started there in that second half, able to punch their first possession of the second half. There it is. A 2-yard touchdown run there from Kukta. 2-point conversion was good, made it 27-22. And then at the end of the game, Anderson just sealed the deal with that 4-yard touchdown run, making it the final there, 33-22. As I mentioned, Auburndale is going to be moving on. They will be playing Stratford next week as Stratford won their game there. But congratulations to Auburndale tonight, putting together a full four-quarter explosion tonight here against Coleman, getting touchdowns on every single drive except for one. They come out with the victory tonight here, 33-22. Thank you so much for tuning into tonight's game here on Zaleski Sports. We're so happy to bring it to you. It's playoff football, and we're happy to bring it to you here on Zaleski Sports. I'm Ben Brecht. My producer tonight was Isaac Eagle, and we're so happy you joined us for tonight's game here between Auburndale and Coleman. Stay tuned. Next week, we'll have more playoff games here on Zaleski Sports. You want to see who the matchups are when we get those out to you early next week. We'll get those matchups out so that way you can see where we will be at. But for now, I'll be signing off here from Auburndale High School, a 33-22 win here for the Eagles tonight over the Coleman Cougars. They move on and will play Stratford next week. Signing off here, I'm Ben Brecht. Have a great night here, and we'll see you next week for more on Zaleski Sports.